my dad teaching us yoga exercises. Once upon a time, in a small suburban neighborhood, two young siblings, Richard and John, found themselves embarking on a journey of health and well-being, guided by their loving father. It all began in their 6th grade year, when their father handed them a brown folder containing a series of exercises. Little did the siblings know that these exercises held a significant amount of wisdom, passed down through their father from a source he only revealed many years later. As they diligently practiced the exercises, following the drawings on the brown pieces of paper, they could feel the positive effects they had on their bodies. It was not until 10 years later, when Richard and John began studying yoga, that they discovered the true nature of those exercises. They were, in fact, ancient yoga postures. A wave of realization washed over them as they realized that their father had unknowingly introduced them to the ancient art of yoga from an early age. When their father confessed that he had a yoga teacher back in the early 60s, Richard and John could not help but laugh. For so long, their father had been teaching them yoga without even realizing it. The siblings felt a sense of joy in knowing that they had been on the same wavelength as their father all along, even though none of them had been aware of it. Through the years, Richard and John continued to practice these exercises, building a foundation for their physical health. Although they had not received formal training, the daily practice became a vital part of their lives, nourishing their bodies and minds. Their parents, conscious of the importance of a healthy diet, had instilled in them good eating habits from an early age. Their meals consisted mainly of vegetables, grains, fruits, and poultry, with sugary treats reserved for special occasions. As a result, their bodies thrived on wholesome, nutritious food, further supporting their overall well-being. Good sleep habits were also ingrained in their daily routine. Every night, Richard and John would retire early, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. As their bodies naturally followed the rhythms of life, their parents lovingly tucked them into bed, and without any resistance, the siblings would fall into a deep, restful sleep. This regular and rejuvenating rest contributed to their robust health, with Richard only missing a week of school due to illness throughout his entire 12 years of education. Reflecting on their upbringing, Richard and John couldn't help but notice the conscious choices their parents made, setting the stage for their continued path of well-being. It was as if their DNA held the wisdom of their ancestors, guiding them towards a healthy lifestyle. As they grew older, they realized that their upbringing had rooted within them a deep spiritual connection with their bodies. While their friends struggled to understand or relate, Richard and John knew that their bodies were divine vessels, capable of immense strength and vitality. They also discovered that guidance could be found by listening to their inner voices, reminding them that they were never alone on their journey. And so, Richard and John's story serves as a reminder that sometimes the guidance we seek is already within us, waiting to be discovered. Even as children, they had tapped into a well of knowledge that shaped their lives positively. Through their regular practice, mindful nourishment, and restorative sleep, they embraced a healthy lifestyle that continued to support and fulfill them as they journeyed through life.